So you have some lantana, you love your lantana, and now you want more lantana, but for free. So let's learn how to propagate lantana, and that's what we're going to be doing today. So since we just learned how to prune, right, we've got all these extra cuttings for propagating, yay! And since I have pineland lantana, which is trailing lantana, one of the common things you can use for trailing lantana is to put it from hanging baskets. So Emerging Green, they sent me these coconut core baskets for free, which was really nice. They are not a sponsored post, but I wanted to let you know that they did send it to me. And I thought, well, what would be a great use for these is that how could I get my pollinators hanging out in my vegetable garden? Hanging. Pun not intended, but intended. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these, and one of the things I've done before when I've used coconut core type baskets like these is I take Spanish moss that has been hanging around or drop down, and I add it to the base because these are really good at soaking up water and holding water, because that's a big problem that you'll have even with a drought tolerant plant like lantana, is you want to make sure there's enough water being held in there. Oh, look at that. It was flowering. Have you ever seen that? Spanish moss flower. So I wanted to add some of that just to get another layer of water absorption going inside the basket, because the coconut core will hold water, but the Spanish moss just becomes just another layer of holding water. What I'm adding in is a mix of potting soil and some garden soil, not because that's what I would normally do, but just because that's what I have, and we work with what we have. So I'm just gonna fill this up with that. Just fill up my basket. Ugh, come on. I think it's like a 50-50 mix of potting and in-ground soil. It's kind of looking like that right now. It's like a little bird's nest with dirt in the middle of it. Okay, so when it comes to doing the cutting, so I've got my Fiskars pruning shears, link down below if you'd like some. Get them off Amazon. Okay, so what we're gonna look for is a nice green type stem that's long. This is a nice one, look at that. And we can cut it, boop. So we got a nice stem. It's about 6 inches long. And what we want to do is we want to take off all the extra growth. So one of the things I checked on my pineland lantana, because I know some native plants, things like beech mistflower and some others, they like to root along their nodes. I have not seen that with pineland lantana. So that would not be the best way to propagate, is through nodes. But sometimes you get that. Okay, and I'm gonna take out this meristem. And now I got this, nice and long, and we're gonna just stick it in the soil. Now, if you lived outside of Florida, for my Floridians, guess what? We live in a very humid climate. I have found with cuttings, I do not need to create terrariums. I've seen other people do terrariums for plants, but in Florida, no, it's humid enough. Right now, even in winter, we're so humid that I wouldn't be worried about it. So we've got all the leaves off, and now I'm gonna give this a really good drink. So you can see it hanging out in there. And now I'm gonna do quickly a second one. Ooh, we had meristem here before, hadn't we? Let's speed this up. Great, and now we've got 2 Lantanas ready to go. And here we are 1 week later, and look, we've got some new growth. New growth. So we're starting to take off. Yay! And now you know how to propagate Lantana. And if you missed any of this series, from the basics to how to care, prune, identify a native Lantana, or the problem with Lantana camara, go ahead and check out the series right here. And if you want to learn more about the joy of gardening with native and edible plants, go ahead and like, subscribe, and ring that bell for notifications. New videos each week on Friday, and sometimes a bonus on Sunday. And while you wait for the next video, go ahead and check out this, and YouTube thinks you'll like this. Okay, I'll see you soon. Bye!